If you've ever watched an Indiana Jones movie and said to yourself, "I wish true adventure still existed," let me assure you that it still does. Located at Leavenworth, on the southern tip of Indiana, this is an unforgettable, amazing destination. This is a place where ancient people, thousands of years ago, went deep inside the earth, mining chert and aragonite to make tools and ceremonial items. It's a place where otherworldly cave formations surround you. Epsom salt crystals appear on the floor at random. Over 9 miles of passages descend into an alien-like world. And you become part of it. It has the tallest underground mountain in the world. It's where people built strange monuments. And a secret society built a temple. This is Wyandotte Caves, one of the last great mysterious adventures in the world. And it's open for tours. Let's go on an adventure to Wyandotte Caves. The adventure starts here at the Wyandotte Caves Visitor Center. 2 tours of 2 caves are available. Both are well lighted and a comfortable 52 degrees. The first tour is a smaller cave, which takes about 45 minutes. It's not very strenuous. It's very good for families. The second, or big cave, takes 2 hours. Without any exaggeration, it's one of the most exceptional things you'll see in your lifetime. It rivals any show cave you'll ever see. However, it does require a few steep stairs and navigating some tight spaces. If you're in decent physical condition, this will be an amazing experience, guaranteed. The smaller, or Siebert Cave, was discovered in 1851. You'll first navigate down a flight of stairs before entering the cave. If you or your kids have never been inside a cave, this is where all the excitement starts. You'll see exotic, otherworldly formations described by well-trained staff. Rest assured, at no point on either tour will you crawl or go through impossibly tight spaces. These are show caves. They're well lit, have defined trails, and guardrails to keep everyone safe. And for 45 minutes, it takes you to a completely different world and returns you safely. The question is, are you ready for a cave that takes what you've experienced to an entirely different level? The Big Cave. This is where it all gets serious. From this relatively small cave opening, you descend into an amazing wonderland, one that is so much bigger than you ever dreamed. Discovered by settlers around 1798, it was mapped by Indiana State geologist Edward Travers Cox in 1878. It is nothing short of incredible. Edward Cox was a lot like Indiana Jones. He not only navigated this ancient space, but made a career out of describing Indiana's ancient people, the mounds, and other mysterious structures. All told, there were over 2,000 strange places in Indiana, and Wyandotte was one of them. Big Wyandotte Cave has 9.2 miles of passages and is the 5th longest cave in Indiana. It was made into a tourist attraction in 1850, making it the 4th oldest commercial cave in the United States. In its history, chert, aragonite, Epsom salt, and saltpeter for making gunpowder were all mined here, the latter for the War of 1812. It feels very much like Mammoth Cave in Kentucky, with its spaciousness, history, and evidence of early people. You'll see advertisements, as well as signatures of former cave guides and early tourists. Many of these are over 150 years old. Big Wyandotte plunges you into an exotic, beautiful world, alien to everything you've ever known. But you're not alone. Wyandotte is home to a large population of Indiana brown bats that hibernate here each winter. Stairs take you further and further into the unknown, into remnants of its storied past. This area was once used to sprout onions, for later sale to people wanting to grow onion plants. But descending further is where ancient people, without flashlights or modern gear, bravely traveled into the abyss. This is where they mined for chert to make tools. Evidence tells us that mining occurred here up to 10,000 years ago. Curiously, this type of chert only occurs in this cave. And even more so, tools made from this chert have been found all the way on the East Coast, thus indicating a vast, ancient trade network. These unknown people use deer antlers to pry the stones loose. And to make the long trip inside the cave work and make their way out, they burned hickory bark. Each piece bought them about 15 minutes of light. Therefore, they carried bundles of bark to prevent being stuck in the dark. You'll also come across these strange structures that look like rock Christmas trees. At one point, it was common for tour groups to gather stones and make a sculpture for posterity. Now, it looks like a bizarre underground graveyard. There is no way to prepare yourself for just how vast it is in Big Wyandotte. It could easily hide a city of hundreds, if not thousands of people. Not to mention countless side chambers that go to places unknown. And despite how far it goes beneath the surface, we know that people were here before us. As you travel deeper inside the cave, you'll notice what looks like snow along the trail. This is Epsom salt crystals that have grown here for eons. Some would say one of the most magical cures for sore muscles. But certainly not the only miraculous thing here. Here you'll find human ingenuity preserved forever in the constant 52-degree environment. Tunnels were dug here, and donkeys were brought in to carry out what was mined. While it's not an incredibly tight passage, it is a testament to determination. Someone had to dig this out by hand, inch by inch, and it's a long passage. And this is not the only one. You'll see interesting natural formations. The storybook adventure of this cave seems to never end. You'll also see rare cave formations called helictites. While most cave formations form up and down over hundreds of years as water drips from the ceiling, these defy gravity and have went all kinds of directions. But the most dramatic sight you'll see is Monument Mountain. At 135 feet tall, it's the largest underground mountain in the world. And as part of the tour, you get to climb it. As folklore goes, several fugitives once hid here, but one was never found. Even though the exit was guarded for a long time, they were never seen again. Does their spirit haunt these trails, searching for a way out? Or is it just a story? What is certain is that the top of the dome looks like an alien planet. For sure, it doesn't resemble anything in the world above ground. The good news is that the tour goes down these stairs instead of up. Looking back, it's awe-inspiring to imagine the processes that created this incredible, humongous space, and the many hidden channels that lead to even more secrets. You'll see many evidences of people in the big cave. But probably the most unique is the Oddfellows symbol on the ceiling. Started in Europe in the 1700s, the Oddfellows is a fraternity with many similarities to Freemasonry. They used this area as a temple and to conduct their secret rituals. Curiously, the benches are made from a tree that's now extinct in Indiana. Because of it being underground, the benches and all the writing in the cave will be preserved practically forever. There are so many avenues and secrets in this cave, curiosities that will fascinate kids of all ages and the adventurer that lives in all of us. Wyandotte Caves is very likely the most amazing place you've never heard of. But if you have the time and endurance, it's an incredible adventure and memory. One that you'll never forget.